I'm live. I'm having trouble there for a minute, but I'm here now. Had to change spots and get closer to the Wi-Fi. So here I am. It's day 15. Welcome back. Um, we are going to be talking today about why shame thrives in silence and how you can create a voice that is going to break that pattern and bring you back to a state of your own empowerment. And for those who have been with me for the last 14 days, we have spent those 2 weeks literally learning how shame works, how it hides, how it shapes our thoughts, shapes our bodies and our behaviors. But here's something really important: shame can't survive being spoken. The minute you talk about it, you take its power away. So, we're going to explore why silence keeps us stuck and how finding your voice begins to set you free. Hopefully, we're recording okay here. I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm going to keep going. Shame is really sneaky. What I want to say about it is that it doesn't always come crashing in with big emotions or dramatic moments. That's why it's so good at hiding. You don't notice it as much. Sometimes it's subtle. It's that little tightening in your throat when you want to say something honest but you don't. It's the way you change the subject when the conversation gets too close to what really hurts. That's one we can all relate to. And shame is really the most powerful emotion because it's the fear of disconnection. Nobody wants to be disconnected from others in the world. But it's whispering to us, if they really knew me, they wouldn't love me. That's a pattern that we have to drag out of the bushes. I don't know what else to say about that. Drag it out of wherever you're hiding it, because this is what's going to help you get your power back. Instead of shrinking and hiding and telling half truths and wearing masks and say, I'm really, really fine, when you're really, really not. We're going to do it differently. Silence becomes the perfect environment for shame to grow. So we're going to take a look at that silence. That's not the good kind of silence, the kind that you have when you meditate. This kind of silence is not good. It's holding you back, keeping you stuck. It literally, like a good analogy, is literally like mold. It thrives in the dark. The longer we keep it secret or keep something secret that matters to us, the more power it gains over us. So, maybe you learned it early on. We've had this discussion when it wasn't safe to speak up. Maybe your family didn't talk about emotions, or you were punished for expressing your emotions, your anger, your sadness. Somehow that was not okay. A lot of families don't get training in emotional subjects. So this is really common, and why particularly a lot of women based in this society that we grow up in end up in this place of having harbored a lot of shame. Maybe in your house it was, you heard things like, what would your parents say? Don't air your dirty laundry. Good girls are seen, not heard. Oh, I love that one. So now, as an adult, you hold your breath instead of saying what's real for you. But the truth is, what you don't voice, you end up carrying with you, and that's not a good thing. When you hold back your truth, it doesn't disappear, it lodges in your body. That's the somatic trauma that you hear a lot of people talking about it. It's in your heart, it's in your energy. It shows up in forms like exhaustion and resentment and that heavy sense of something is wrong with me, but I can't really put my finger on it. The beautiful thing is giving yourself a voice will reverse that pattern. Want to keep saying that over and over again. You don't have to hold on to this. Every time you give words to it, something that was once silent is now going to be you taking back a piece of your own power. Your voice doesn't have to be loud to be strong. Sometimes it starts as a whisper, you know, to yourself in a quiet room or to your journal page that holds your honesty without being judged. Even that simple act, writing down what you've never said, tells your nervous system that it's safe to be seen. That's something. One of the most sacred awakenings for feminine power, for women and their feminine power, is the moment you stop hiding and start allowing yourself to be witnessed, first by yourself and then by others. Now you're taking your power back. Speaking your truth isn't about confession or drama. It's about liberation. It's about being who we truly are. Getting to our authentic self and being able to live that is saying, I will no longer carry this alone, this crazy shame. And here's the miracle: when you start to speak, shame begins to lose its grip. The light of honesty doesn't destroy you, it heals you. Because what shame fears most is exposure. And I know I've said that more than once, but it's really important to hear it. The more you hear it, the more you'll realize how true it is for you. I hope it ringing in your ears when you stop listening to this talk, because you'll get to look at your life and your experiences and see that it's true. So the question becomes, what part of you is still waiting to be heard? I'll say that again. What part of you is still waiting to be heard? That's an important question. That's one for your workbook today. Maybe it's the little girl inside who was told she was way too sensitive. I was told I was too big for my britches. Still don't know what that means. Maybe it's the woman who's tired of pretending she's okay. Most women look away from their own pain so they can take care of somebody else. Not anymore, ladies. It's time for you. Maybe it's the part of you that's been carrying guilt or regret far, far, far too long. Can you give her a voice? Even quietly, even just to yourself, if that's how you have to start. Do that, because your voice is really the medicine that is going to take you away from this dis-ease that you've created, that is all about disrupting your body balance, your mind balance, your emotional balance. You can't have harmony if you're holding on to these things that keep you stuck and diminish you, because you're so much more. So take a deep breath and let's do our reflection. What was the question from before? What part of you is still waiting to be heard? Write that one down so you get a chance to answer that when you go offline. And then, what is one truth that I've been afraid to say out loud? What is true for you that you would be afraid to say, even to your maybe best friend, even to yourself? Could be something simple. It may seem like it's simple, but it's really hard for you. I'm tired of pretending everything's fine. I feel lonely. I need help. I want more from my life than I've allowed myself to have. And don't kid yourself. You know what that voice is. You've heard it in your head 100 times. And be damned if you don't know what it is, because you skip over it every damn time. You let it go. You're like, oh, I didn't hear that. Ignore it. Keep going. You don't need to share it publicly. You just need to hear it yourself, okay? So use this time to write in your workbook and answer those questions. What is the one truth I'm afraid to say out loud? Just practice letting the truth exist in sound instead of in silence. Hope you understood that one. This is a one that can really help you let go a lot of shame if you do the work. And then remember, speaking your truth is not about confessing. It's about liberating yourself. You don't owe your story to anybody. You don't. You offer it as a way to release yourself from what's been locked inside of you, so you can step into your power. I love those words myself, but I know they scare some people. So if stepping into your power frightens you, just think about, I'm unlocking myself. I'm releasing myself. I am freeing myself. I'm becoming free. Okay, so choose one small truth to voice. Do a practice with a friend or maybe a stranger. I don't know, doesn't matter. Say it to somebody. Choose one truth that you have been avoiding saying and go say it to a friend. If you can do it to a stranger and it works for you, do it. Just say it to somebody. Let it be imperfect, but let it be real. Okay? Courage isn't about roaring. Like, courage doesn't mean you have to be like a lion. Sometimes it's just a quiet moment where you decide to stop hiding. That takes courage. That's what the definition of vulnerable, right? Okay, lovelies. That one feels powerful. I hope it helps you. Tomorrow we're going to take it a step further. We're going to learn more about the power of naming the shame out loud and discovering how truth telling becomes one of the most healing acts of all. So, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. I appreciate the people that are coming in and listening afterwards. And always, always, if you have comments and questions, please leave them in the Facebook group in the Cheryl's Journey, and I'll be happy to answer them. Take care. See you tomorrow.